We're going to speed run this because I technically already did read this, but then I said, you know what, I'm gonna scrap it because there was too many mistakes where I had to restart it once because I tapped past one paragraph, but then I accidentally hit autoplay at some point, so I skipped a lot. Now it's gonna say, oh well, screw it, because I can just recap what I think, what I passed, and I was right, but like I'm gonna redo it and try to get over how I feel about Immortal Desires as a whole. This is fuck you, already off to a bad start. I'll wait till his 55 seconds. This is a reimagining of Immortal Desires, Book 1, where your choices will change the fate of Crimson Beach forever. For the best experience, play Immortal Desires Book 1 before starting this book, so you know what happens in between the scenes that doesn't re-show you, because, well, you know you already did it, so it's not gonna, it's not gonna redo it. I want to change the hair, but I'm not, because this is gonna make me change the face and everything all over again. But no, I'm not gonna switch to Gabriel. I still want a girl. I'm just gonna change the hair. That's it. And also, I was just showing everyone in case you get what they look like. There you go. Love options. And it's so hard not to pick female case, but we're picking the dude. And who's all the options? I don't know. It was just, oh, never mind. I thought it was 3. And this is basically an alternative to Book 1. You'll see that very shortly, that some scenes aren't exactly as it was in the beginning. Oh, in Book 1, you know what I mean. You might spot it, but I'll still let you know, just in case. Because, yeah, it's actually, interesting. Chapter 1, back to the beginning. You open your eyes, take in your brand new bedroom for a second, before shifting outside your bedroom curtains, peer out at the forest, going right to the edge of your new neighborhood. Then you pull down the screen just a little bit and realize you can't change. Damn it. You moved to this part of New England a week ago, and you still aren't used to the small town hush. Okay, now I can do it. I lied. Haruki, hurry up, you're gonna be late for school. And then we did what I was trying to do the whole time. I don't know what it's called. It's not Ginger Snaps. It's not Say It Louder. Oh my god, what is it called? What is it called? It's not Curl It Up either. What was that one called? That is so unfair. No. That was Get It Twisted? Oh, I thought it was the other one. I thought it was the other one that looked more like a dreadhead. That was called Get It Twisted. Never mind. Come here, Mom. I changed my hair. I can keep my face. But I want to say, no, this is not how I look. It's like gender again, and then face again, and hair again. So I'm not going through that. Yeah, your mom. So I just did like that. So I just did it. Anyways, your mom sends you off to school with a kiss and a warning about the string of disappearances in Crimson Beach, urging you to stay out of the woods. That's not what you should be thinking of on your first day of school. You look around, searching for the admin building, but nearby, a student speaking passionately to a crowd catches your eye. Look out. The first call cuts through the chat of the quad, and as you look up, you see a perfectly spiraling football sailing straight towards your face. But this time, you don't have the chance to try to catch it yourself. Are you okay? The charming student body president, Gabriella Adderhard, tours you around Crimson Beach High and tells you the town's eerie history. This statue is connected to a bit of town lore. Local legend has it that Crimson Beach was founded by vampire hunters. You're kidding. But then a shout goes up from down the hall. You turn to look for the source of the commotion, see a crowd parting around a rebellious-looking student. That all you got? And it skips out the part where he got punched into a locker, drawing blood from his lip, which is why we got to the scene. Who is that? Case is bad news. Someone to stay away from. Luckily, he's rarely at school, so avoiding him shouldn't be too hard. Gabriella drops you off at your first class and leaves you with one last surprise. Hey, before you go, are you free tonight? There's this annual back-to-school party in the woods at school that everyone goes to. I'd love it if you came too. Oh, a party? You hesitate and think of the murders and of the warning Mom gave you to stay out of those very woods. Alright, count me in. I can't be the only person who doesn't go to the party of the year. As the sun starts to set over the town, you get ready for your first Crimson Beach High party. But more than the anxiety of being a new kid, the whispers of monsters in the woods, there's something weighing heavier on your mind. Gabriella says Case is bad news, but I can't help but feel like there's something more to him. On the other hand, Gabriella seems to know everything about Crimson Beach. I might better off listening to her. You're about to make your first bad choice, and bad choices will change the course of the story. So change wisely. So choose wisely. Since this is what I did first time, I'm gonna give Case a shot, because he's the one I chose anyways. You chose to experience Case's Crimson Beach, and you're gonna find out exactly what that means soon. I appreciate Gabriella's concern, but I can take care of myself. Besides, Case seems like fun. In the woods, surrounded by trees and the thumping bass of the music on the speakers, you get to know Gabriella's friends. I came with Gabriella, assuming Cass would be here. Maybe I was wrong? Something tells me you'll fit right in here, rookie. Come on, we just finished setting up a game of musical chairs. A game? I'm always down for a little competition. Everyone freezes as Case steps out from the underbrush, followed by another student you haven't seen before. He hangs back, looking around uneasily as Case leans over to the group. The atmosphere tenses as Gabriella steps right up to Case. I don't remember you being invited. Yeah, that's the entire point of party crashing. His gaze slides over Gabriella's shoulder and picks you out the group. The corners of his mouth lift to a smirk. It isn't the new guy from all. He must be the new student everyone's been talking about. His tone drips with condescension, making you bristle. He moved Gabriella aside to face him directly. So you did show, and with quite a dramatic entrance too. The group hushes, surprised by your response, but you're locked in on Case. He grins, stepping closer. We weren't this bold last time, and Gabriella was too protective for me to even get this close. Something you'll learn about me, new guy. I do and go wherever I please. Case's gaze glides over to your shoulder to meet Gabriella's with a smirk. Whether I'm welcome or not. In this case, the answer is definitely not. Rookie, I told you, Case is... Excuse me, Gabriella? Case and I were chatting. You can't exactly preach on niceties and then go around interrupting conversations. I'm only trying to... You heard him, Golden Girl. Well, you're welcome to talk over there. She gestures to the far edge of the clearing, away from the warmth of the bonfire, and you follow Case and Seth over to a tree stump. The first mistake this book made so far is that it hasn't told us Seth's name yet. Case hasn't told us Seth's name yet, but it referred to him as his name instead of his friend, like how it did earlier. And by earlier, I mean in book one. Duh. I didn't see that coming. I can't believe they get you guys out like that. They seem so nice. As now we're kicked out here instead of playing musical chairs, where Case was still in the party, invited or not. They are, I guess, to everyone but us. And Seth didn't talk to us until, much later in the book. Case's friend laughs, plopping himself down on a stump. With a shiver, you meet Case's eyes, realizing he hasn't stopped looking at you once. Trust me, new guy. No one's as surprised by this turn of events as I am. Don't get me wrong. Seeing Adderhall's face when you walked off with me is going to the Hall of Fame memories. I gotta know why. Well, first tip to getting on my good side. My name's Haruki, not new guy. But to answer your question, Gabriella seems so adamant that I should avoid you. I guess I want to see what all the fuss was about. Cruise Beach is cute and all, but it's boring. Maybe I want to see what else this town had to offer. Case cocks his head at you, eyes lit with renewed interest. I see. Well, if it's excitement you're looking for, I'm happy to say you'll come to the right place. Your heart hammers in your chest, and at the way Case looks at you, you can swear he can hear it. I don't doubt it. One thing I do know is, you're not half as scary as you want people to think you are. Case and his friend exchanged a glance for howling with laughter. You see how he's still referring to Seth as Case's friend, when it already said his name is Seth? Man, he really got you. And also, it changed Seth's name just now, to Seth instead of just Case's friend, a moment before Case introduces us formally. New guy, sort of paying my ass to Seth, and he needs to learn when to shut up. Case and Seth shove each other playfully, and you hide a smile, unable to imagine why Gabriella and her friends can't seem to stand them. So what is their issue with you anyway? Case suddenly loses his joker's edge. It's kind of hard to explain. Seth leans over to remember something to Case, who nods and smiles at you. It really was to crash and bail, but there's something we have to do. I promise it'll only take a second. Oh, okay, I guess. Talk about avoiding the issue. You watch them walk off, Case giving you a final look and a wink before they go, and you settle onto the stump to wait. Don't think they'll let me rejoin the conversation now. You look back toward Gabriella's group, the wind carrying over snippets of the conversation. Did you hear that there was another murder? Not surprised. You know the legends. There are demons in these woods. The group laughs, clearly unfazed, but a shiver runs down your spine. You look back to where Case and Steph disappeared, wondering how long they've been gone. I'm probably being silly, but something doesn't feel right. The other party goers pay you no mind, she slip off to the trees, following Case's trail. Help! Help me! Case? Case whirls around, and you see it's terrible, monstrous, no longer even human. Holy shit. There's a flash of movement when then Case is inches from you, her terrified face reflected in the gleaming depths of his quicksilver eyes. You keep one hand at his throat, doing everything you can to keep his snapping jaws away from his face, and scrabble in the dirt with your free hand. Now, I'm gonna reread that, but I'm gonna correct the game's mistake. I'm gonna correct the game's mistake. You keep one hand at his throat, doing everything you can to keep his snapping jaws away from your face. You kinda can't keep his jaw away from his own face. It's kinda attached. Keep his snapping jaws away from your face and scrabble in the dirt with your free hand. It really does not matter what I do. Your hand closes around a branch and you swing it hard across Case's face. The heavy branch rakes 3 deep scrapes. I'm just gonna read it how it is. The heavy branch rakes 3 deep scrapes across her face, which start to stitch together right before your eyes. Now, once again, I'm gonna reread this. What is this so far? The fourth mistake from the game? From the book? It's like the fourth mistake. From... Love that. I forgot instantly. This is the fourth mistake, though. The heavy branch rakes three deep scrapes across his face, which start to stick together right before your eyes. Case, please. When you say his name, something seems to pass over his gaze for a moment. Then suddenly, Seth's hands around his jaw. If you remember, obviously, Seth wasn't interacting with us this early on in book 1. It was Gabriella who dragged us out of here. But since we picked Case, Gabriella is not going to help us. She's not being Captain Save a Woman. Or whatever. Case, what are you doing? He gives you the opening you need, and in a split second, you're on your feet running. You run for what feels like hours, through grasping trees and unfamiliar streets, through your front door and up the stairs. And finally into your bedroom, where you slam the door behind you and heave your first shaky breath in what feels like an hour. What was that? What should I do? Right. You're about to reach for your phone to call... You're about to reach for your phone or call for your mom, but before you can do that, an icy hand clamps over your mouth. And this time, instead of it being Clyde, that other dude who came to take us to the Nexus, is Case. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. You see what I can do. You know that I could if I wanted to. I don't want to. I would never. Do you believe me? Slowly, you nod your head. You're not sure what compels you to do it, but you realize that it's the truth. You believe him. Good. So I'm going to take my hand off, okay? And I'm going to tell you everything, but only to you. There's a secret that I can never get out. Carefully, Case pries his fingers away from your mouth, holding his breath in anticipation, but you don't scream. Case, what the hell is going on? Don't it take a while to guess that you're familiar with the concept of vampires? Well, it's blah 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 blah. Unimportant stuff. A couple weeks later, you arrive at Crimson Beach's annual autumn festival on an armored Case. The two of you have been inseparable since Case revealed the truth about Crimson Beach's vampire community. And... never mind. I'll wait. This festival is so lame every year. Should cancel it, but everyone's so hung up on tradition. And decided to come into the festival with Gabriella with an invitation from her, you know. We're here with Case. Well, this year won't be as lame, because you're here with me. Good point. What do you want to do first, new guy? The bumper cars for babies, or the roller coaster for babies? Right now, all I can think about are those corn dogs like I smell. Can vampires eat corn dogs? Are corn dogs like poison to you? I don't know if I can handle that. Case rolls his eyes with a grin, tugging you in close with an arm around your shoulder. That's the fifth mistake. And it's usually around gender. I guess it's on me for revealing my deepest life-ending secret to the biggest, cutest mouth I ever met. Yes, we can eat regular food. It's been weeks now. Haven't we gone through all the questions already? Please, we barely scratched the surface. Wouldn't you rather have a boring human day at the festival? You stop in your tracks, but Case doesn't even last a second before he cracks a smile. Okay, yeah, you know I love it. That being said, why don't we wait until, till I get you alone later, and you can ask me whatever you want. Ask me later? Or we can not talk at all. I can look for a bunch of other ways to spend our precious alone time. I'm all ears. Someone bumps into you from behind, and Case's brow furrows. Watch it. Sorry, Oh, hi, Rookie. You recognize Gabriella's friends from the bonfire, though you haven't spoken to any of them since that night. Hey, Libby. Gabriella. Can't help but smirk a little as you say her name. She frowns at your tone. Good to see you, Haruki. I'm glad to see you've been settling into town. Cruising Beach is a lot more exciting than I thought, especially the nightlife. I heard you know a thing or two about that? Gabriella's eyes flash at Case, who watches her with a placid smile. Yeah, Case told us every single thing we have learned from in book 1. Like everything we could know. That's how we know about Gabriella. Hello? If you excuse us, we're just going to find our first ride. We're not done here. I need to talk to you. Gabriella reaches for Case's shoulder, but Case has her wrist in a vice grip before she can touch him. This is getting on hand. Gabriella, back off. Before Case embarrasses you in front of all your friends. Case squeezes Gabriella's wrist with a grin. If her wrist isn't already broken, your short is close. You're lucky I don't want to ruin my date. He releases Gabriella's wrist with a shove and puts his arm around your shoulder to lead you away. We'll see how lucky you feel later, Harlow. Case's grip tightens on you further, and you quicken your steps, sensing he's on the verge of going back and hitting Gabriella square in the face. Hey, come on. Don't let it get to you. I can't stand her and her high and mighty attitude, and that thinly veiled dread at first. Is that what you're worried about? That I'll tell? Alright, fuck. Case's eyes flash. He pulls you out the main thoroughfare, stopping to look you in the eye. No, I trust you. More than I thought. Well, anyway. Believe me when I say, I'm not worried about Gabriella Adelhard. Good. The way he says her name makes you giggle, and he smiles. Case loops his arm around you again, and you keep walking. It's just, Gabriella's like the worst vamp kind has to offer. Why would you prefer blending all day with the regular folk instead of doing the stuff only we can do? What kind of stuff? Stuff like... Case looks around. His eyes finally landed on that first wheel. I hate to break it to you, Case, but even human children can do that. Not the way I do. My way is a little more freeform. I can show you if you want. Is this something we should be doing? I will tell you a secret, Haruki. He leans in close to your ear, brushing your hair away with his fingers. Okay, that's not a mistake on the book that I'm gonna count, but you see my character. He has no hair in the way of his ear. I don't very much care. Do you? See the first bill from a new perspective to get some time alone with Case and deepen relationship. Yeah, it's already paid for because I was actually, when I got to this point, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna pay those stupid 15 diamonds to basically do the same scene again, but like different. But then I said, fuck it, just do it. I wish I didn't. Maybe it would let me down. You're the most badass human around. Now look at my character. You see where his hair is? How none of it is in a way for his ear? Well, I'm not disagreeing. That is make me wonder, what exactly you mean by freeform? I mean, riding the passenger cars for jumps. There are more exciting ways to get to the top. He nods toward the back of the Ferris wheel, the axles holding the ride together. The realization washes over you. You're climbing up the Ferris wheel? Bring it on. I would be dating a vampire if I didn't want a little jewel in my life. Stick with me, and you get more than a little jewel. That a Case Harlow guarantee? You know it. I live inside a contract. As you approach the Ferris wheel, looking even bigger and more intimidating up close. Case's features shift into the vampire state. Seeing him like that would never get old. Watch closely. Light and quick, Case scrambles up the metal base of the ride, going so fast your eyes can barely follow it. In no time at all, he's at the center of the wheel. Giving a cocky wink, he calls down to you. There's no sweat. Think you can handle it? Case? I think I need to see that again at a human speed. You humans are so needy. You're lucky you're cute. With one powerful leap, he lands on the ground in front of you before retracing the same path at a much slower pace. Now come on, we're in daylight. You got this, new guy. You grab the lowest metal bar, take a deep breath, and climb. Up and up you go. You shouldn't look down until you do. Oh, okay, I'm a pie. You grip the metal pole, trying to plug up the carriage and keep climbing when you hear a voice from right above you. Need a hand? Case reaches out to you, challenges a smirk on his face, and the dot occurs to you. I could go the safe route and let him help me up, or I could impress him by climbing up myself. You grit your teeth and reach for the next support stroke. Oh, new guy, are you sure this is such a good idea? But you ignore him, grasping the metal pole, using all your upper body strength to hoist yourself up. And coming to your feet, right next to Case on the center platform. Ha, I did it. Not bad, for a human. Oh, don't even try to pretend you're not impressed. At the center of the ride, you look around the axles, turning steadily to rotate with the wheel. Are we supposed to just shimmy up that moving metal pole now? I've got a better idea. Here, hop on. Case turns around and gestures for you to climb onto his back. That's number 6. That's the 6th mistake. You want to give me a piggyback ride? It's faster this way. Besides, I know you can handle the adrenaline. You wrap your arms around Case's shoulders and your legs around his waist, holding on tight. 1. Whoa. Case rolls up the Ferris wheel, the whole world turning into a blur around you, and leaps into an empty car, lingering at the top. You all but collapse onto one of the benches, your legs shaking and heart pounding. That was unbelievable. And look at this view. You look around. You look out from the top of the Ferris wheel. You're able to see the miles of autumnal forest glowing in the setting sun. Technically, you still get this view the normal way, but that'd be boring as hell. Do you do this often? Stopping death-defying stunts, I mean? Honestly, yeah, it's bad as hell. You let out a surprised laugh at Case's bluntness and bump his shoulder with yours. Seriously though, I feel like I always became... Seriously though, I feel like I became who I was always meant to be when I became a vampire. And that's surprisingly wholesome. Don't get it twisted, my guy. There's nothing wholesome about me. Look at his eyes, look in his eyes backs that statement up, and you involuntarily shiver, your gaze dropping to his lips. You grab Case by the lapels of his leather jacket and pull him in for a steamy kiss. Can't get enough, can you? You feel the sharp ties of his fangs catch your lips and run your tongue along them. Stop talking and keep kissing me. You got up in a moment, and Case got in the car, suddenly started moving again, making its way back to the ground. We shouldn't press our luck for too much longer. One of the humans could spot us, and realize they didn't see us get on this ride. As exhilarating as getting up here was, is there a way down that doesn't involve a terrifying climb? I can think of something. Fast as lightning, Case lifts you securely into his arms before leaping from the top of the Ferris wheel. That's number 7. It really wanted Case to be a woman. Oh my god. Before it landed with a graceful thud on the ground, perfectly unarmed. Badass, right? Totally. Though I'm gonna need a minute to fully appreciate it. As your legs stop shaking, you and Case wander back over to the center of the festival. I say it bravely like that deserves a special treat. I did promise you a corn dog. This is where I accidentally hit autoplay. I'm glad you didn't forget, because I definitely didn't. Hang tight. Be right back. You sit on the bench, overheating in the sun, while you wait for your date to return. It's hot this time of year. I'll stay close, but I gotta find some shade. You edge over near the trees, where it's slightly cooler. Keep an eye out for your date. But there's a sudden rustling from the brush behind you. Who's there? Case? 3 figures start out surrounding trees. The faces covered by masks, but you may gotta glint the silver through the eye holes. Oh, you don't seem so happy to see us. Vampires. They're coming with us, human. Grab them. You don't have time to gasp before one of them grabs you, and then the world blurs. They drag you off with terrifying speed and strength. The one holding you shoves you through the door of the school gym, and your sense falling to the ground. Quickly, you scramble back to your feet, legs shaking with fear. Are you gonna kill me? Not quite. Suddenly, the doors of the gym burst open. Rookie, what? The words cut short as a searing pain lances through your arm. You look down, seeing one of your attackers has cut you. Ouch! No. Hot blood gushes out with the fresh, deep gash. There's a flash of metal as your attacker sheathes a knife. He shoves you at Gabriella, and you stumble forward, realizing how much trouble you're in. And you see the glazed over look in Gabriella's eye. What the hell are you doing? I don't know who you are, but you're making a big mistake. Have you completely lost it? She vamps out. You're bad no matter what cover you're in. Guess his little plaything thinks he can vamp explain us. This is bigger than the Covenants. And somehow killing one measly human changes that? Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. She is. And because we chose to be with Case instead of Gabriella, like I said, Case told us everything we will need to know about vampires, about the Covenants. Everything. Gabriella wouldn't have told us this. You know, how many chapters it took for her to finally tell us this. When we find out, the chapter where this scene basically happens. But it wasn't really her choice to tell us. It just happened. Oh no, Case just told us. Gabriella's eyes are shiny, dilated, her lips parted, and fangs exposed and ready. You'll be dead before Case ever finds out. My hands be totally clean. Gabriella, I know we haven't always been besties. Round out of breath, wasted, out for a plea, Gabriella's lunging for your throat. No. But then the shape comes whizzing out of nowhere, slamming to Gabriella's with unrelenting force. Ruki, I told you to stay where you were. Clearly not here by choice. All his strength, Case runs Gabriella through the air, send her slammed heavily into the bleachers. I think you knocked her out. Good. Keep on her while I deal with these assholes. Your attackers, surprised by the turn of the tide, had barely made it to the door before Case found them. Almost like you. You hear a subtle shifting behind you. It's like Gabriella beginning to wake. Case. Case has his hands full with the 3 vampires in front of him. I gotta make sure Gabriella stays out of the fight. At least until Case can help me. Casting around, he spotted some gym equipment that hasn't been put away yet. Oh, yeah. Instead of helping Gabriella fight them off, Case is here now. Before they died. Like before me and Gabriella have already killed them. Case is the one here dealing with them. And we're dealing with her. You grab the heavy length of the net and drag it over to Gabriella, lying on the foot of the bleachers. If it's good enough for a shark, it should slow down a vampire. As quickly as you can, set to work twining the netting around Gabriella, making sure to spend extra time on her arms and legs. What? Don't bite me. You stumble back. Smart move as Gabriella snaps at the air where you had just been. She strains against the ties, but the ropes are holding for now. Thank you, Boy Scout Handbook. This is the 9th mistake. Obviously, a full-on guy is not going to be in the Girl Scouts. So the book really wanted your character to be a girl and Case to be a girl. It wasn't obvious by how many gender mistakes only with those 2. Rookie. You roll around the sound of your name. Case looks a little worse for wear, but it stands tall with the masked attackers. Talk about perfect timing. You weren't where I left you when I spilled the blood. Let's see what my cowards are hiding under these masks. Case reaches for the dead attacker and rips off his owl mask. It's tensing as soon as he sees the face underneath. It's Serenity. You jump as the door bangs open behind you. The store's heels clack on the lacquered floor. She strides in before coming to an abrupt stop. She takes in the carnage, then Gabriella and Case, and finally you. Yeah, we have to pay for this. While the government elders are viewing evidence of the attack in the gym, you wait in the awkward silence of the Nexus dungeons. You huddle with Case in the far part of the cell, rubbing soothing circles on his back. I don't understand why they would do something like this. I thought they were my friends. Probably thought it'd be something. Fuck you. That'd be funny. Probably thought it'd be funny or something. Hey, let's not forget who couldn't keep their bloodlust under control. Maybe next time, get yourself a snack before you come into a carnival full of humans. You wave your bandaged arm in her direction. She winces, turning away from you. You lean the Case. Are you okay? Seriously. I don't know. I will be. I'm just relieved you're okay. The way his eyes roam over you, assessing the damage, it warms you, and you lean in a little closer. Thanks to you. I feel better though. Okay, the second sentence doesn't make sense. I feel better though. We could. It's not gonna make sense if we can't read it right. I feel better though. We could avoid near death in the future. If we could, better if I could have a kiss. I don't know, but now that I'm safe and here with you, I'm thinking maybe I did die. Is that so? Let me know if this feels real. He takes your hand, lifting your arm to press a kiss to your bandaged wrist before his lips meet yours. Case takes his time, letting his lips linger on yours over and over again, making sure you feel only him. How's that? That's my Case. The sound of a far door opening pulls you apart. You both stand at the store and Lewin entered the holding cell. Two of you can at least pretend you haven't been out in this breach of exposure right under our nose for weeks. How am I the one in trouble right now? What are you gonna do to me? To my mom. The council has determined it is against our laws to kill you outright. But Case is right. How's he in trouble? It's Gabriella, who almost killed the human and exposed herself. Well, never mind. Scrap it all. However, your murders continue digging into murder cases, spot or some. At best, I must ask you to deter her. If you can't, I'll kill you both. Astora, please. Your eyes leap to Lewin, desperate for a lifeline. We'll kill them both. For weeks, you try your best to keep the truth about vampires from your mother, but it proves more difficult than anticipated. And one day, you say something you can't take back. An agreement is an agreement, and you broke your end. Hiroki, what's going on? Mom, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... Jealous dragging you and your mom to the center of the tribunal chamber, cutting off your apologies and forcing you to your knees. Just then, the doors burst open. Help! Something awful's happened, Lewin. The Nexus is filled with thin, distressed voices from all coverings. Both Lewin and the Star, at least you and your mom. Go. Get out of here while everyone's distracted. Get to the hospital and hide until I can find you. Hiroki, please be safe. Mom was able to slip out of the Nexus as everyone's attention remains on Nicole, who rushes to the center of the room. Harris and I were in the woods and we found the Vanity Hunter party that went out earlier. They're dead. The bodies, they were arranged in a circle, and there was blood all over them, like some sort of ritual. Were there any survivors? No, but one member of the party was missing. Seth, said a Case. Seth, said a Case this time. Case, wait. Well, Astora, Lewin, and the elders fight to calm the vampires down. Follow Cass, who's already charged out the Nexus. Yeah, I'm gonna go by Cass this time. You don't have a plan. I have a plan. Find Seth alive, and then find whoever did this. Please, let's talk about this before we go running off. Hiroki, you have to stay here. You have to be joking. Did you hear the part where a whole bunch of vampires are dead? No way you'll come with. You want to stop me? Then stop me. If you don't want me to come, fine. Tie me up. Break my leg. Anything short of that, I'm only gonna follow you and put myself more at risk. Case freezes and shakes his head with a defeated smile. I guess you wouldn't be Rugi if you didn't fight me on this, huh? You bet your ass. Let's go get our friend. You follow Case to the Vanity hunting grounds and walk right into a grisly scene. Oh my god. The bodies of the Vanities are strewn in a circle. The light of the moon giving everything an otherworldly glow. The blood covering the ground shines like silver. Cass looks sickened, and when you peer into the mouth of their dead Vanity, you see why. Their fangs have been ripped out, leaving bloody holes behind. All of them, every single one, has had their fangs torn out. Whatever this is bad, really bad. The commands are asking for war. The course changed. You and Cass went after his missing friend Seth, instead of you and Gabriella looking for Cass. Wait, yeah, you and Cass went to find Seth, instead of you and Gabriella looking for Cass. Yeah. You didn't think that this? It's the only thing that makes sense at this point. To commence making a play for control of Crimson Beach. Point Cass, fuck you. We'll find Seth. I got switch saying Case. I can't switch back to Cass. The only thing we know for sure right now is that Seth isn't here. If you have any shot of finding him alive. You go still to the sound of rustling through the trees nearby. Cautiously, Cass leads you around an old sycamore tree. Do you read the description of the tree? We find Gabriella standing over badly wounded Seth. Tell me what you saw. Get away from him. Cass charges toward Gabriella, while you run forward to check on Seth. He's battered and bruised, but breathing and awake at least. Lukey, Cass, Seth, don't try to speak. We'll get you back to the Nexus. I knew it. The Commensals are going to pay for this. Same with you, Adelhard. Cass, wait. His words are raspy and low. They made Cass stop. It wasn't the Commence. The creature that attacked took us completely by surprise. By the time we realized we were under attack, it was too late. They let me alive as a warning to the Covenant, as if a warning would make a difference. Fendi, Clement, doesn't matter. We don't stand a chance. And the Clements and Fendis are back in the Nexus at each other's throats right now. The terror in Seth's voice makes your blood run cold. Case and Gabriella share a look, then release each other forcefully. They have no idea what's coming for them. This is worse than any of us thought. We have to get back and tell everyone. Seth, you can make it that far, so I need to go back and warn everyone. And check my mom, would you? Seth nods and limps off toward the town. Case turns toward the woods, but Gabriella blocks his path. Where are you going? Not much use warning the Covenants if you don't know what to warn them against. Fuki and I are scouting ahead. Then I'll come with you. Like hell you are. As much as I hate to admit it, you might need a Case. Like it or not, you got bigger problems right now than who's in what Covenant. Fuki's right. Gabriella extends her hand to Case, who looks at it like it's a poisonous snake. You better not make me regret this. I think we know who's more likely to mess this up. Together, the three of you turn to face the blackness of the forest. Whatever's looking inside is bigger. Together, the three of you turn to face the blackness of the forest. Whatever's lurking inside is bigger than all of you.